If you feel helpless lately, like the weight of everything wrong in the world is pressing down and there's nothing you can do about any of it, I want you to consider this. You're not powerless. You're focused on the wrong circle. You've poured all your energy into things you can't control, and almost none into the things you can. We live in an age that pipes the entire world's troubles straight into our hands, all day, every crisis, every injustice, every disaster, none of which we can personally fix. So we end up carrying the weight of the whole world while feeling we can't move an inch of it. And that gap between how much we feel responsible for and how little we can actually change has a name. It's where the feeling of powerlessness is born. Not from having no power, but from aiming all of it at the wrong target. Let me give you a picture for it. Imagine two circles, one inside the other. The big outer one is your circle of concern, everything you care about but can't directly control. The economy, the news, the weather, what other people think and do, the future, the past. It's enormous. The smaller inner one is your circle of control, the things you can actually move. Your choices, your effort, your attention, your words, how you treat the person in front of you, how you respond to what happens. Most of us spend our days staring at the giant outer circle, exhausting ourselves over things we can't touch, while the small inner circle, the only place we have any real power, sits ignored. So when you feel powerless, it's usually not because you lack power, it's because you've spent it all on the outer circle, where none of it lands. Worrying about the things you can't control gives every ounce of your energy to a place where it can never produce a result. The cruel trick is that the more you focus on the outer circle, the smaller your inner one feels, and the smaller it feels, the more helpless you become. Let me tell you about someone. I'll call him David. David was a deeply caring man, and that caring was quietly crushing him. He read every headline, absorbed every crisis, lay awake over wars he couldn't end and problems he couldn't solve. He felt the weight of all of it, and the agency over none of it, and it left him paralyzed. Too overwhelmed by the size of the world's troubles to do anything at all, even the small things right in front of him. His compassion had become a kind of helplessness, and he couldn't see the difference. What finally changed for David wasn't that he stopped caring. It was the day he drew the two circles and asked himself a single honest question of each worry. Can I actually do anything about this? Most of what was crushing him fell squarely in the outer circle. Real, important, and entirely beyond his reach. So he made a decision. He'd stay informed, but he'd pour his energy into his inner circle. His family, his health, the one local cause where his hands could actually help. The way he treated the people he met each day. And the strange thing was, as he gave more to the things he could control, the helplessness lifted. He hadn't gained power. He just finally aimed it somewhere it could work. There's a long thread of wisdom under this, and modern psychology backs it up. Cognitive behavioral therapists have a name for the habit of fixating on what we can't control while neglecting what we can. And they found it's one of the most reliable engines of anxiety and depression there is. Study after study shows that a sense of personal agency, of having control over some meaningful part of your own life, is one of the strongest predictors of well-being and resilience. We don't break under the weight of the world. We break under the weight of the world we keep trying to carry. That was never ours to lift. So if you feel powerless, here are 3 things I want you to understand. First, sort every worry into a circle. When something's weighing on you, ask the simple question: can I do anything about this? Yes or no? If it's a no, it belongs in the outer circle, and your job is to set it down, not to keep gripping a thing you can't move. Clarity about what's yours to carry is half the relief. Second, pour your energy into the inner circle, however small it looks. Your choices, your effort, your attention, the people right in front of you. This is where your power actually lives. It can feel too small to matter against the size of the world. But it's real, and real beats vast every time. A small thing you can actually do is worth more than a huge thing you can only worry about. Third, watch what happens to the circles. Here's the part most people miss. When you stop spending yourself on what you can't control and start acting where you can, your inner circle quietly grows. Power compounds when you use it. The helplessness shrinks, not because the world got smaller, but because you finally started moving the part of it that was yours all along. So I want you to stop measuring your power by the size of the problems you can't solve, and start measuring it by what you actually do with the part you can. You're not powerless. You've just been aiming a real and considerable strength at a target it can never hit. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus said it 2,000 years ago. He taught that the chief task in life is simply this: to separate matters into what is in our power and what is not. Do that one thing, and the helplessness loses its grip. You were never powerless. You were just focused on the wrong circle. So turn your eyes inward, to the small circle that's true to yours, and start moving the part of the world you can actually reach.